Waiting for Cole to be on his laptop, waiting for Cole, so I'm just in Discord. We are filming. We are here live
Welcome back
from our homes. Comic Conquest.
Yeah.
First DC video.
Is it really?
First
Well, the one going
specific DC video.
Okay.
Because not true. We got the Robin one. Okay, first
Robin, yeah,
movie. We got the first movie piece of media specifically for a DC franchise. And it's for
I don't think it's gonna be the only one. I think we're gonna be doing
probably
a couple
not.
more soon.
Definitely expect something for the Batman. Yeah, today we're talking about the Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad,
Suicide Squad. And
we all know, we all had a bad taste from the first Suicide Squad, which was utter garbage. And
it's okay.
It was garbage.
Okay.
It is garbage. This movie coming in at a rated R rating, and
strong rated R rating.
Definitely proving that it's fucking R.
Yeah, we'll give it a rating.
So as per usual, we're not usual. This is our second movie review, but we're gonna go through. We're gonna do kind of a review, no spoilers, and then we're gonna be talking about all the carnage that happens.
Start off with a scale here. We'll go. What's a DC scale? I don't even know.
So we've got like Suicide Squad, some Justice League.
Justice League's I think Justice League's worse than Suicide Squad.
Justice League is worse because of what happened to it. Suicide Squad is down there just because it sucks. Up here, I don't know, Man of Steel, put it up at
Dark Knight.
Yeah. In terms of
DC's a little bit harder to...
it really is. But in terms of review, I think this is one of, if not the best, DC EU.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the Dark Knight here. I don't need y'all sniping me, okay?
Yeah.
I know how you all love that series, but this is one of the best DC films.
I 100% agree with that. This is probably, if we're giving numbers out, I imagine this is like an 8, maybe a 9 even for me. We'll get into it for non-spoiler review.
Yeah.
This was literally like reading a comic book.
Yeah,
just the way
I definitely had that feeling.
The way that it's set up, it was literally just like I was reading a Suicide Squad comic, with the amount of just tomfoolery that happens in this movie.
Oh yeah, it was utter tomfoolery. In terms of like, I know I noticed that there were some pretty great effects, some great shots.
Yeah.
Like there were a couple shots. There's one where there's a fight happening within Peacemaker's helmet.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, either some cinematographers putting that in their portfolio, or that's a visual effects artist being like.
Well, I mean, it kind of reminded me of that scene James Gunn did for Guardians Volume 2, where you see it like the shot was focusing on baby Groot, as everything's just happening in the background.
Exactly. James Gunn definitely has a certain cinematography.
And you get that a lot where you're like, this is definitely a James Gunn shot.
Oh, yeah.
But that's kind of approaching more on spoilers. But non-spoiler wise, I mean, the HBO Max description of this movie describes it like probably the best. It's like a ragtag team of degenerate, superpowered people. That's the only way I have to describe it, and you're not
pretty accurate. This movie had an odd feeling to me, where it was like I felt like everything was happening and yet nothing was happening. It was odd.
For me, this was like it didn't know. I felt like it just didn't quite know what it was.
Yeah,
it's like the best way I could put it.
I definitely see that there was like James Gunn trying to make sure this wasn't like the Guardians of the Galaxy for DC.
Yeah, he obviously didn't want like a Guardians,
but rated R. So yeah. So other than that, for our review, I'd go see it if you have HBO Max, go watch it.
I mean,
If
I honestly,
you got a
I'd go
theater.
see that in theaters if it
Yeah.
was like, if I didn't know.
Yeah, if you can go see it in theaters, I'd recommend doing it. Yeah, so go see it. All right, time to
And
get into spoilers.
Spoilers, big spoilers.
So we're gonna be talking about deaths right now. So if you don't want to know who dies, I'm gonna spoil everything for you right now, everybody.
Yeah.
There's some
Big stuff. So this movie starts off, of course, as we meet the whole Team One, of course,
Team
which
One.
I think was a brilliant way to do it. How James Gunn did this, and it was literally like in a comic book. You meet the Team One with Flag, of course, Harley, Captain Boomerang, Weasel,
TDK.
Black Guardian, yeah, TDK.
I love TDK. We got Javelin, Savant, Manga.
If we're missing someone,
Poor person we're forgetting.
Yeah, and he does it a great way where you're like, he just wipes. He just like, of course.
They utterly get annihilated.
Utterly destroy him.
Utterly.
And it instantly sets you for the tone of the movie because within like the first 5 seconds, someone's head's getting blown off.
Oh yeah, you don't go 10 minutes in and not like realize, oh my god, anybody can die at any time.
Yeah, and like the thing that I was a little bit disappointed of, but I thought was great is he kills. Like I thought Captain Boomerang was gonna be like a part of this movie because he's a part of the, well, I don't know, the sequel, prequel, first. Suicide.
He was in the other movie.
He was in the other movie, and you know, yeah, they killed him within like instantly.
10 minutes within the first 10 minutes,
and it instantly puts you in the tone that like no one's safe here. The thing about that James Gunn did great is he brings that comedic aspect that the Suicide Squad I think really is really what it's about, and I feel like you didn't get that in the original movie.
It was too forced in the first movie. That's what they were trying to reshoot it into, and they just couldn't.
Where this, I feel, is a little forced because there's so many characters, but there's some returning and some, But the way he relates that, I mean, he plays off this, like, literally degenerate comedy. Like, Peacemaker's in his tidy whities as King Shark's trying to eat Ratcatcher too.
I love King Shark the entire time.
Yeah.
Stallone does so good and
so great. It's so great.
So damn stupid. Oh my god.
And I mean, this movie though, I feel they really only they have small build-ups for the characters like Polka Dot Man. I don't think that's his actual name, sorry. But like I feel like the main characters they really focus on this movie is Bloodsport, Ratcatcher 2, and King Shark. I think are the highlights of this movie. And you get a little Harley too. Harley's up there.
You get your Harley. You get the best Harley yet. You get some Rick Flag. Less in this movie than last time.
You don't get a Rick Flag anymore.
Yeah, another surprise twist was Rick Flag getting shanked in the heart.
And to make sure he's dead, James Gunn shows you it going through the dude's heart, which is nuts.
So that one surprised me.
That's probably the most surprising. But like,
Starro, he's great.
Starro was great. The Thinker's a degenerate too. Like they turn these characters in probably the worst degenerate form they've ever been.
Amanda Waller, she's fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, Viola Davis plays a great Amanda Waller again.
She also proves why she is superior to Joel.
Yeah.
Some people got that. Some people are very mad at me, and I'm not sorry.
I'm trying to think what else. This movie plays pretty well. I think there's a little bit pacing issue towards the of it, but once you get to this end, it works out really well. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. I do feel like if there's one character thing that I'm not a fan of was the kind of hastened the relationship between Bloodsport and Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah,
I feel like I mean, we all see in the trailers, like, oh, I'm gonna get you out of this alive. Oh no, I'm gonna, like, that just happens in a single bus ride. That there's no real connection other than, oh, you remind me of my daughter.
Yeah, there's a lot of that because I mean, you're trying to build a team in one movie, which is really hard to do. But I think the best part, like, I think an issue that the original has, it's not a Suicide Squad roast video, but the original, like, forces them to be, like, tries to force them to be a real team. I think what James Gunn does in the Suicide Squad that's great is he kind of emphasizes at the beginning that this is not a fucking team. They just throw people together and send them out there and go do the work.
This is your turn. I do not care if you die. Good luck.
Yeah. Also, like, the employees at Bell Rev are great in this movie. When you see them all betting on
oh, they're fantastic. It makes total sense that the employees for the Suicide Squad would start betting on who's gonna die. So that, I mean, that's just kind of like a world building where it's like, how many people have Task Force as X killed?
Like, it's just like little things that help you feel a part of the world. And speaking about feeling part of the world, but I don't feel like the beginning set, it felt like a real set. Like, the way the rocks were formed, I just didn't, and like how the beach at the beginning, I mean, it plays well for the characters, but I don't know, it's just like a gripe I had with how I felt like it really wasn't it was more of a set than an actual beach.
So really good movie overall in terms of, really, it's a really simple plot. Send Task Force X to retrieve data and destroy data and blah blah blah. Data turns out to be that America was experimenting on Starro and blah, and then we gotta defeat Starro because we blew up the place that was holding him. That is the Suicide Squad broken down to its most basic elements. But predictions. There was post-credit scene.
Post-credit scene was post-credit scene. Cena's alive. We find out after the building crashed on him. Yeah, and he gets shot in the neck.
So Peacemaker is alive, setting up his confirmed and already filmed Peacemaker series.
TV series.
So, not a lot of predictions there, other than we know it's happening. The John Cena verse.
Peacemaker series, same universe. Zack Snyder, executive producer. Zack Snyder universe ?
Who knows? We gotta wait for the Flash movie, because I feel like that's gonna answer some questions, reboot that universe.
Also, the Flash movie, Ezra Miller's the villain. Also, I have no idea what the fuck's happening there.
Yeah, so Cole and I have been talking about the Flash movie a lot on our own time, and I have no hopes for this movie at all. Like, I just, there's so much I question in terms of direction, and so honestly, the DC EU, in my eyes, has been dead since 2016. So this doesn't hurt me.
Yeah, it's big question marks with whatever DC's doing. I just,
the only movie I'm excited for is the Batman. So
Young Justice Phantom.
And Young Justice. Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for watching. We're gonna end this now before Cole gets hit by his own satellite. So
yeah.
All right.
Before the Wi-Fi kills me.
Right. Okay.